Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive.
Welcome to Secure 65 Health Plans, where seniors thrive, and where we bring together the best of modern knowledge and timeless healing traditions to empower your mind, your body, and your spirit. I'm Moné Swann, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. For centuries, Eastern medicine has recognized that the body is not just a collection of organs and tissues. It's an energetic system. In Japan, China, and India, healing often begins not with a scalpel or pill, but with energy work, restoring the body's natural balance and vitality. From Reiki to acupuncture, practitioners have harnessed life force energy to stimulate the body's innate ability to heal. Today, science is beginning to catch up with what ancient healers have always known. In hospitals across the United States, therapies like frequency treatments, sound baths, and vibration therapy are being used alongside conventional care, even in oncology units, to help patients manage pain, reduce stress, and support recovery from illnesses, including cancer. These sound and frequency-based approaches are opening new doors for healing without invasive surgeries by working with the body's own vibrational blueprint. And that's where Reiki comes in. Developed in Japan in early 20th century, Reiki channels universal life energy through the hands of the practitioner to promote physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. It's gentle, non-invasive, and deeply transformative, often described as both calming and energizing all at the same time. Today's guest, Tesen Jamison, is a spiritual energy healer and Reiki master who has dedicated her life to this work. As the founder of Blessed Intention, Tesen draws on more than 25 years of experience in education, child development, mental health, and spirituality. Her healing journey began long before she offered her services to others. She personally experienced the life-changing power of energy healing and now uses those same tools to guide others towards wholeness. As a mother of four, Tesen understands nurturing on the deepest level, from infant massage with her own children to advanced Reiki, crystal healing, sound baths, and sacred ceremonies. She has integrated spiritual wisdom into every part of her work. Her mission is simple yet profound: to help you explore, heal, and manifest your spiritual self. In her own words, healing is a journey and you don't have to walk it alone. With her warm, empathetic presence, Tesen supports people in reconnecting with their own power, offering a safe space for transformation and joy. So today, we'll explore not just the science and spirituality of Reiki, but how Tesen Jamison is using it to heal and empower the world, one person at a time. Welcome, Tesen. Oh my gosh, I am so happy to have Tesen Jamison here. Not only is she a client, you guys, the reason she's here is because she has information that we all need. Sometimes we put a whole lot of money into things that can actually be healed holistically from the inside out. It's probably safer. So before we get into the whole discussion, you guys are like, what is going on? Tesen Jamison, welcome to Secure 65 Health Plans, where seniors thrive. And you are bringing us some holistic medicine that we all need to understand how it works, because seniors like me, we think it's only the doctors that can save us. And we need to understand healing starts within. Would you agree?
I agree. Thank you so much for having me, Moné. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. You guys know I support businesses, and she is wonderful. I have known her for several years, and we have gone through our ups and downs with things that are in the PNC world. It has nothing to do with this. And she's too young for Medicare. Okay, you guys, not as old as I am. But the idea is, look at her smile. You can just tell, right? She's a genuine spirit. So I want you to kind of walk us through this journey, Tesen. What does it look like? How did you get into it? Where are you located? And of course, why?
Of course. Well, it started actually during COVID.
Okay.
During
Wow.
COVID, yeah, I was strolling through Instagram and I was looking and I was like, wait, this is interesting. I found this Reiki lady on Instagram. Her name is Morgan. And I was like, oh, she's talking about how we're all connected spiritually. And so I was like, we are all, I always believe we're all connected spiritually.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, she's hitting it right on the nose. So I was like, okay, let me look into this more about this Reiki, about this universal life energy force.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, what is that? And so I just looked more into it and I was like, I like this, I really do. This is interesting, but how do you do it? So I just looked into it more. I read up more about it, researched other Reiki masters, and just my soul connected to Morgan. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I want to learn Reiki. I want to learn how to do this. I want to give back to others. I want to do it on myself. I want to do it on my family. I want to be able to heal others as much as I can, because I've always worked in the mental health field. I've always worked with children, with adults, and I love giving back to my community. So I was like, this is just another way I can give back.
Wow. I mean, I think that's amazing because, first of all, you want to give back. We're in a very polarized society right now. So to find people like you is definitely a blessing. We want to surround ourselves, you guys, our Secure 65 Health Plans tribe. Surround yourself with like-minded people that are looking through love, the eyes of love, and not the eyes of anything else, because that's not important. That's not good. You want to make sure that you are looking at everyone that you see with the eyes of love. And so when you're talking about Reiki, some say Reiki, you guys, some say Ricky. I can't get Reiki out of my mind, but she has told me it's okay if I say it that way. So thank you. When it comes to being able to make that transition, as a practitioner, what does that look like? I mean, you can say, I want to give back. I love people, but how do you actually do that?
Yeah, of course. Well, first it takes some training. I did go to school. I did learn from Morgan. It took about a year to learn Reiki 1 certified. I'm certified in Reiki 1 and Reiki 2. Okay. And then I practiced on my family during the COVID time. And I also did virtual Reiki training, Reiki training and also Reiki on others. And then I was like, okay. And then she was talking to us also, because we also have like a group online where she was discussing being a Reiki master. Okay. And I was like, what is that? I want to learn more, because yes. I'm always wanting to learn more. How do I do this? And so she talked about how you can train others to be Reiki masters and Reiki trainers, and train others to learn this modality. And so I was like, that's interesting. So the way how it is that you're basically having the universe, you're drawing on the universal energy into the palm of your hands, and then you're healing others through this light. So you're bringing on that universal life force, and then you're healing others through, like, you're helping them with pain, with anxiety, with your it's like a complementary therapy through other, like if a person is like receiving cancer treatment and they're having anxiety with that, of course, cancer treatment that they're receiving, you normally have Reiki along with that cancer treatment, and they're able to like ease the pain by using Reiki.
See, I have not heard anything about how it works. I know they say they put hands. Back in the church, they talk about laying hands. It's the same thing. But when you start talking about, I use the word source. Some people say God, whatever, works for you. How do you, let me see how I can say this best. Is Reiki a religion? Because now I know that you are from Belize. One side is Belize, one side is Haitian.
Mhm.
Is this based on a religion, or is it based on a universal love, or how do you break it down whether Reiki would be something that would not go against your religion, but something you could do?
It is not based on any religion at all. This way, anyone can come and do Reiki and utilize Reiki. It is spiritual in nature because you want to have it for everyone, and it's about love and light. So that's the beauty about it, is it's welcome to anyone. You know what I mean? So everyone can use it.
So, and it's safer than having prescription drugs. Love and light has never killed anybody, as far as I know.
No, it's basically the most easiest therapy you can use because Reiki goes where it's needed. You know what I mean? So it's like you may not even feel the pain in your knee or in your stomach, but Reiki will go there and heal it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that there's some insurance companies that are actually allowing people to use their insurance for Reiki. So if that's the case, it's been somewhat legitimized, would you say?
Yes, it has. Right now, I am working on trying to get work with some hospitals, some cancer treatment programs, some hospice, so we can be able to bring Reiki into those facilities because it's needed.
Absolutely. And it's safer. So when people are talking about, hey, I want to be healed, I'd like to be healed without it having any side effects. Some people go in with one thing and come out with 3 or 4 other things, right?
Exactly. And it helps with your mental health too. You know, it helps calm your anxiety. It helps calm your stress level. It reduces your stress level. I know my children, they're going to start school tomorrow and they're like telling me, when is my Reiki session? I need my Reiki session today. So I'm like, chill. We're going to have it later on tonight.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Instead of the family screaming and yelling, where are your books? Where are your shoes? What you gonna wear tomorrow? Where's my Reiki?
Exactly. They want their Reiki session.
So can children actually learn how to do Reiki too, or no?
Yes, they can. They can learn how to do it. It can be performed on them. I do it on children, especially children with special needs. It's perfect for them because it helps calm their brain, calm their mind. Children with ADHD, it's good for everyone.
I love that. Okay, so now that you said everyone, you know I got to ask this question. Can people use Reiki on their pets? Because pets go into surgery and stuff like that. Can they do that?
Yes, they can. And pets also get stressed out too.
Oh, everything that lives gets stressed out, even plants. Okay, we can see our environment, what we've done to it. We've stressed everything out. So that being said, if somebody comes to you and says, you know, I get migraines. I hear that all the time. I get migraines, people in the business world. If they did a session with you, is it something where they have to come multiple times, one time? What type of success would they think they would experience by coming?
Well, everybody's individual. So some individualized. So some people I notice will receive like the feelings like right the first time, or sometimes they need like multiple sessions in order for them to feel like the effects of Reiki. But I'm always checking with them like the first time, like I'm always like, oh, so how did that feel after their first session? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, I feel it right away. Like but I want to come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I want to make this feeling continue. So they're like, let's do this again in like a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? So we continue to have this happening again.
So are people afraid when they come to you? They think it's like something spooky, or what do they usually say? Do they really know what to expect when they come see you?
Some of them are. They usually I always have an intake form before they start.
Okay.
So we have a conversation before and they fill out the intake form. So I'm already getting like information if they've had Reiki before, if this is their first session. So I individualize each session for each of my clients. So it can be personal for them because I want this to be exciting and fun moment for them so they can love what they're experiencing. You know what I mean?
Share it.
Yeah, exactly. So every client I have is individualized for them, for their needs. So if they say in their intake that they're having pain in their back or they're having pain in their stomach, sometimes when they come to the Reiki session, I tell them, I saw that you have it, a pain in your stomach or your back or whatnot, but Reiki will go where it's needed. So I'll do the Reiki, but sometimes I will feel the pain. Like sometimes I feel the pain like in their throat or in their head, and I will focus more on that area.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wow.
And so I tell them, don't feel scared, but then at the end, we'll debrief and we'll talk, and I'll tell them exactly where I felt the pain more.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if I were to come to your place to get this done, is it like getting a massage? I mean, like, do you have candles? Do you have music? What is this? What does the approach look like?
I try to make my room like very calm, very mellow. So there is lights on, very like mellow. There is candle burning. I always ask if they like candles in the intake packet. It says if you don't like candles, if you like incense or whatnot, I cater to their needs. So if they don't like incense, then I don't put it. If they don't like candles, I don't put it. But if they do, it's there. It's whatever they prefer.
I love that. Tell me a little bit about the demographics. Like, who comes and says, I know exactly what I want? What does that look like? Or who does that look like?
It's mostly have been moms. Moms have been coming in, which I appreciate, because we get stressed out.
We're doing more jobs. I mean, we are super women, whether we realize it or not. If you've had children and you were married and you work, those are all separate jobs. And
Yes,
they all
exactly.
have their own stress attached to it.
Exactly. So yes, they do. And it warms my heart that when they leave, they're like, thank you. I can go pick up my child now, and I feel like I can handle 10 other things.
Kill them.
Yeah.
Can you do it if you're pregnant?
I always ask for them to talk to their doctors first for any other medical like conditions, like because it's in the intake packet too. If you're pregnant, but you can do Reiki if you are pregnant. But because it's really non-invasive. It's
Well, it's kind of invasive, right? Because it's like it starts healing on the inside out, but it's not like invasive with a knife coming in and cutting you open.
Exactly.
Do you ever have anybody who, I don't know, has a bad attitude and says, yeah, I want some Reiki? Do you have anyone? and will it work on somebody like that? I mean, that's...
I've been blessed where I have not had any of that so far, thank God.
Because they might need to be coming to see you more than the rest of us.
Yeah. That's so far, which is good.
Okay. Now, they can walk in or they can do it remotely. What does that look like?
Our remote, I usually have it like on a table, and my screen is like this. And so they'll see like a blanket, and it has like a body figure on it. And I have crystals on the body figure. It's like mimics them.
Okay.
And I have music playing, and I'll have my hand gestures in the area. So they still fill out the form, they still complete everything, and I'll talk to them and tell them this is what I need them to do during, like I'll let them know what I need them to do. So I'll send the energy virtually, but it's on the blanket, so they'll still feel the energy virtually.
So it really is energy healing. When somebody says, well, what does Reiki do? It can, I mean, like, do you put your hands up on the camera, or?
I put my hands on the camera, but then I focus onto the body that's there, because the body is an image of what they are. Like, so I'm like visualizing them on here. And I usually ask them to send me a picture of them if I'm doing it virtually. So it takes a little bit longer because I'll put their picture there, and then I'll like pretend with it's going to be basically their body.
Okay.
Virtually.
So you can kind of imagine it there, of them being there.
Yeah.
Okay. So this sounds interesting. So tell me a couple of really kind of cool stories that our audience would say, oh, I have a better feeling for what it is. If somebody was to come in, what would be the reason somebody would come in? About how long would it take while they're there? And when they leave, they'll be just like, hey, I'm healed. That look like?
Yeah. So when they come in, basically they've already completed the intake form, so I already know what's going on, but I always still check in with them and make sure they're okay, make sure they're hydrated. Like you have to be hydrated, because sometimes it takes a lot of energy being exchanged between me and the client. So if they didn't bring their water, I always have water for them to drink. And then I ask them if they need to use the bathroom because it's normally about 45 minutes during the
That was
Reiki.
going to be my next question. Okay, 45 minutes. Okay.
45 minutes. And so we enter into the room. I show them where everything is at. And then after that, I cleanse them. They get cleansed. I get cleansed. They get cleansed.
Wait. When you say cleanse, are we talking about with their clothes on? With their clothes on?
No. They're on. Their clothes on. My clothes on. Everybody's clothes on. Everybody's clothes on. It's just cleanse, just so we can spiritually cleanse, just to welcome positive energy into the room. Okay. And then so they and I let them know that, they can wear a face mask. I put like a face mask on them. It can be, I usually have like scented face masks because it's just nice. Yeah. So, but some people sometimes choose no scent. It's up to them. Okay. And so I have the face mask and I have them listen to like soft music. Because soft music sometimes relaxes their body, relaxes the mind, because I want them to focus on their intentions of why they're here. Okay. That's the most important. Focus on why you are here. You're here to either release negative, whatever, you know what I mean? Or that pain that's in my back, or that pain that's in my stomach, or I'm here to have a child. And also I want to be able to release that negative energy in my stomach. Whatever you're here for. Okay. Let's focus on that.
So the intent is important.
The intent is very important. Okay. So I tell them to focus on that while you're listening to this. And what they're listening to is biogenetic, like music. It's not like just regular music. It's actually bio music. And so I put that on them. They lay down, and then I begin. Okay. And so I always begin from the head all the way down to the feet. Okay. And then I use crystals. I use light, and I also use of course my hands. I always ask them first in the sheet if it's okay for me to lay hands on them or not, because that's important. People's personal space is important. I'd never use hands on obviously body part, the special personal body parts. Hands is normally just on their hands or on their head. Okay. And if I'm noticing like areas that, because I feel it too sometimes, like if I notice like if I'm on their head and like I start to get like a pain in my head, I focus more on their head. Like if I notice if I'm on their throat and I start coughing, I focus more on their throat. Okay. Or if I'm like on their knees and my knees start to hurt, I focus more on their knees. So it depends on where I'm at in their body. But if they tell me like my shoulders hurt in their intake form, then I'll focus more on their shoulders as well. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I don't feel anything at all. Sometimes I just go and then I just focus on wherever they want. And then I let them know towards the end. Okay. So let's say we've got to the end. What happened? So the person's done. It's like, oh, thanks. This has been fabulous. What happened? Sometimes they usually fall asleep. They're so relaxed that they fall asleep, and I have to pat them on the shoulder and say, we are done. We are done. So can you, and I tell them to sit up and then wait for a little bit, because they've been asleep for probably 30 minutes of the 45 minutes. Okay. So I wake them up and they sit down, and then they're like, okay, that was the best I've ever felt. And so I was like, okay, when you're ready, you can come out. Do you need some water? Do you need anything? And they're like, okay, I'll usually give them some water. Take your time to rest before you leave. I always have breaks in between every session. It's usually a half an hour to an hour before my next session, because I want to really debrief with my clients to make sure they're okay. And then we talk, and I say, how did that feel? What do you would like to do next? And then usually they always set up the next appointment, or sometimes I always have packages.
We're going to get into that too. I want people to know, don't be going over there and talking about I'm a friend of the company. And so I just get, no. You guys, we will work out something with her if it gets to that. But I know seniors that have issues, collaborative expansion will take care of some of the costs, if not all the costs, but you do have to go through the nonprofit for it. Okay. So we want to support her and we want to support you. So how does support come? CASH, right? So let's not get it twisted. To support her, you have to go through collaborative, because they're the ones that would be able to pick up the bill to pay for that, so that you could get all of the healing that you need. So Tesen, before we get into how much all that stuff is, um, tell us some success stories of somebody who's come in and had it and what that looked like.
It's been really, honestly, it's been really a blessing to see like a family bringing like their kids and their whole family in for a whole family session.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been really nice to see them like say it's actually brought our family together, because we're all more calm in the home. We're not arguing. We're more of like a family unit because our anxiety is down, our stress level is down. So I'm like, that to me, that warms my heart, that everybody is more, more of a family unit versus like at each other's throat.
Yeah,
So I think
absolutely.
that's good. Mhm.
Okay. So when you do a family, do they all come at the same time, or they come in throughout the week, or how do you set that up?
I usually set it up where this particular family came like twice in one day, and then the other family came, like they came separated.
Okay.
It's a lot of energy that I'm, of course, using. And so they had to like separate their time.
And separate so you can refill, right?
Yeah. It's a lot. So 2 one day and then the next day 2 one day. Like that.
Okay. So now I know a lot of us seniors are going to say, well, can I use it for losing weight? What can't you, what is it that you cannot use Reiki on?
They
Or is
ask that if you have a pacemaker, or if you have a pacemaker or like a machine in your heart, because of the energy that's being used, we ask that you ask your doctor first because something like that, for some reason, the statistics show that if you have a pacemaker, it's probably not a good idea to use Reiki.
Okay.
Because it elevates your heart level when you have a pacemaker for some reason. So they ask that
Kind of tells me how strong it is. So you guys don't just go in there and think she's going to do this and you're going to be like, I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah. Because you still feel the effects, because afterwards we ask that you continue to drink water throughout the day and throughout the week, because you continue to feel the effects throughout the week. Because I know my clients call me back like a couple of days later saying, I'm sleeping better, I'm feeling better, and they are thanking me. Some people don't even make an appointment that day, but later on in the week, they're like, okay, I'm ready to make another appointment because I'm still feeling the effects from that first Reiki session.
Oh, well, seniors always are struggling with sleeping. They get up at 2, they get up at 3. They say it has nothing to do with spiritual. I got to go to the bathroom, or, whatever it is. But maybe if they're kind of recalibrated, would that be the right word?
Yeah, it's like resetting your chakras, because I always work on the chakras from head to toe. And it's like those are the ones who come in the afternoon to do sessions. The ones who are coming in because I usually close at 5, but I will make special appointments for the ones who need to come in to like reset so they can have a good night's sleep. Because I understand. It takes me sometimes a long time, my daughter a long time to go sleep. So it's like resetting your chakras so you can be able to sleep well at night.
Oh, I'm coming. You only had to say that. I'm coming because you guys, I probably sleep maybe 4 hours a night, maybe on a good night.
Oh.
So, Tesen, before we get into how much all that stuff is, tell us some success stories of somebody who's come in and had it and what that looked like.
It's been really, honestly, it's been really a blessing to see like a family bringing like their kids and their whole family in for a whole family session.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been really nice to see them like say it's actually brought our family together, because we're all more calm in the home. We're not arguing. We're more of like a family unit because our anxiety is down, our stress level is down. So I'm like, that to me, that warms my heart, that everybody is more, more of a family unit versus like at each other's throat.
yeah,
So I
absolutely.
think that's good. Mhm.
Okay. So when you do a family, do they all come at the same time, or they come in throughout the week, or how do you set that up?
I usually set it up where this particular family came like twice in one day, and then the other family came, like they came separated.
Okay.
It's a lot of energy that I'm, of course, using. And so they have to like separate their time.
And separate so you can refill, right?
Yeah. It's a lot. So 2 one day and then the next day 2 like that.
Okay. So now I know a lot of seniors are going to say, well, can I use it for losing weight? What can't you, what is it that you cannot use Reiki on?
You they
Or is
ask that if you have a pacemaker, or if you have a pacemaker or like a machine in your heart, because of the energy that's being used, we ask that you ask your doctor first.
Okay.
Because something like that, for some reason, the statistics show that if you have a pacemaker, it's probably not a good idea to use Reiki.
Okay.
Because it elevates your heart level when you have a pacemaker for some reason. So they ask that.
Kind of tells me how strong it is. So you guys don't just go in there and think she's going to do this and you're going to be like, I didn't feel nothing.
Yeah. Because you still feel the effects, because afterwards we ask that you continue to drink water throughout the day and throughout the week, because you continue to feel the effects throughout the week. Because I know my clients call me back like a couple of days later saying, I'm sleeping better, I'm feeling better, and they are thanking me. Some people don't even make an appointment that day, but later on in the week, they're like, okay, I'm ready to make another appointment because I'm still feeling the effects from that first Reiki session.
Oh, well, seniors always are struggling with sleeping. They get up at 2, they get up at 3. They say it has nothing to do with spiritual. I got to go to the bathroom, or, whatever it is. But maybe if they kind of recalibrated, would that be the right word?
Yeah, it's like resetting your chakras, because I always work on the chakras from head to toe. And it's like those are the ones who come in the afternoon to do sessions. The ones who are coming in because I usually close at 5, but I will make special appointments for the ones who need to come in to like reset so they can have a good night's sleep. Because I understand. It takes me sometimes a long time, my daughter a long time to go sleep. So it's like resetting your chakras so you can be able to sleep well at night.
Oh, I'm coming. You only had to say that. I'm coming. Because you guys, I probably sleep maybe 4 hours a night, maybe on a good night. So that's fabulous. And we know how important sleep is.
Yes, sleep is very important.
It is very important, you guys. So, she's telling you some things that I think are important as we age to take care of this body we have, right? Because once this body's gone, so are we for the time being, right? When you transition, that's it. So now let's get into the packages. And can people buy as many as they want at a time, or is there specific amounts? And what does it kind of look like for your very first session?
The very first session is usually, you want me to give you the price or like?
Yeah, just so they know what to expect. So I don't want anybody to show up and say, I thought it was $10. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did not think it was $10. So tell us a little bit more about how that works.
Okay, sure. Well, the very first session is about $100 for one session. And like I said, you come in, you do your intake packet and all of that. And then when you leave, you do get a gift, because I always give everybody who comes in a gift of like appreciation for you to leave and go with, and you continue with that gift as you move forward. So it's not like you get a gift and that's it. So you get a gift, and then, but if you do a package deal, which is 4 Reiki sessions, and you can use it any time within 6 months.
Okay, so at 6 months expiration, that's good, you guys.
Yeah, and a lot of people like to do it once a month, because I have a client that said that's my monthly tune-up.
I like that.
Her monthly tune-up, so she buys the 4 package.
Okay.
The 4 packet, and it's $360.
So you get a little discount.
You get a discount for that one. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
Virtually is $80.
Okay. Oh, virtually.
And the only reason why it's discounted because you don't get the gift, you don't get the oil, you don't get the Go package and stuff like that. But you get everything else, which is the energy. Everything else comes with it. It's just like the gift is unfortunate because you're virtual.
That's amazing though, because there's really no limit on what you can heal. Would that be a good way of saying it? If somebody came in and said, hey, I've got this, and this, and you say, okay, lie down on my table and we'll see what gets rectified. How would you say? what to expect.
Yeah, you do actually. And even though I say 45 minutes, sometimes I can be there for an hour. An hour, and it doesn't mean I'm gonna charge you more. It's still the same price. Because if I feel like you need more time, you need more time. I'm not gonna stop until I feel like you are done. Like I'm going to check to make sure you're cleared.
Okay.
If it takes an hour, it takes an hour and 15 minutes, it takes an hour and a half. I'm gonna make sure you're okay before you leave. That's why I'm always checking in and making sure you're good.
You see, guys,
Because, yeah,
this is why I love her.
yeah, because my job is to make sure you're okay.
I don't even know what you could say after all that. I mean, we are looking for people that care about people. And that's really what Reiki is all about. It's about being able to give from yourself, your inner, from source, God, and be able to spread the joy, spread the love. And I know, Tesen, they've been using this in Asia for many, many years, where people were going to have surgery and they're saying, don't have surgery, we're going to come in and do Reiki. And I mean, phenomenal things have happened. Tumors have disappeared without incisions, without cutting, without blood, any of that. And it's all based on love. And so then that makes you think about the negativity that we're telling ourselves, our bodies. Well, I don't like this about my body. I don't like that. Maybe that's why it's still there. Maybe you should give it love and release it. I mean, I don't know. I've got some hips and thighs. I like to see you in love. Go. But I think it's important to understand that we are much more than what we've been told. But do you agree?
I agree. It's always important to like put that positive energy out there. I always tell my children that, put the positive energy and you'll receive it back.
Absolutely. Don't let somebody sit there and just put a computer in your brain, a chip, and then all of a sudden your body's doing something it was not created for, because our bodies were created to heal. But unfortunately, we haven't been using the right information.
Exactly.
And to find out that it's typically, I'm not going to say free, but when you talk about vibrations and frequencies and all that, once you have been taught by somebody like Tesen, who can help you continue it, maybe you want to learn it and help other people do it. It's something that you can take in for yourself and you can use it on a day-to-day basis. And by doing that, you might not ever have a heart attack. You might not ever have a stress attack. You might not blow up on your children or whatever. But I think we need to look at it as just another way of making life better for ourselves and for those who are around us. And that's really what life is about. If you are having just anger issues and anxiety, you're missing out on life, because that's not what it was created to be for any of us. Love is really where it is. And to be able to find out there are frequencies, who knew? People say they fell in love. I don't know. But the idea that she is a Reiki master, right?
Yes.
So that means she's the top of the top. Go to her, call her. Keep an open mind, you guys, when it comes to working with things that are not familiar. The unknown doesn't mean it's bad. It just means you don't know yet. And you might need to give yourself a chance to get the exposure from somebody that we recommend. Okay. And we don't recommend that many people on this channel. And you guys know that I'm really serious about that. But those who I've known, those who I have a relationship with, those that I believe in are doing it for the better good, I'm going to bring them on. I'm going to tell them this is who you need to call. So whether you're in California or not, yes, she is in California because I'm in California. But whether you're in California or not, she can do Zoom. So all of her information will be in the description box below. You can call her. I will have collaborative information in the description box below too. So in case you need help making the payment, we're always there for you. But I want you to really take this message as it resonates. You were created for love. You were created to be part of a loving network. You were created to share the love with everybody that you come around. So if you're able to talk with someone like Tesen, please don't let this opportunity go away without you making a call or sending an email or a text, whichever ways that she likes to engage in conversations with new prospects. but I want you to have a conversation. And then if it's something maybe you're not ready for, tell someone else about it. Share this episode, because here we want you to thrive, and we don't want you to think that medication only is your only outlet, or going to a doctor is the only way. We want you to really start thinking about, how can I be the better person? How can I start eating better? How can I exercise more? How do I increase my hours of sleep like I'd like to do? Bring all those questions to her. Tell her what you're going through. She has an intake form, so it's not like it's this voodoo or anything like that, because I've heard a couple of you said, oh, what kind of stuff is this? Right? These are things that have been going on for hundreds of years, just not in Western medicine. So it's not new. Okay, so don't think this is new or this is some mystical thing. Frequencies have been around forever. And if you're not familiar with that, you can always go look up Nikola Tesla. He started with the frequencies and curing cancer and all these other things. But most importantly, start where you are. Start with somebody you can trust. Trust in yourself. Love yourself. Once you can do that, the world is your oyster. So, Tesen, I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too. I appreciate
Thank you for being here. You guys, give her a call. And I wanted to say thank you again, Tesen, for being here on Secure 65 Health Plans, where seniors thrive. And you guys, we'll have more of her. We'll have her come back again, especially before the holidays, because you guys know how you get during the holidays, right? Everybody needs to woosah or whatever we need to do. But thanks for joining us, you guys, today on Wellness Wednesday. And what? We'll see you tomorrow on Talk Power Thursday. Have a great day. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Secure 65 health plans where seniors thrive.